Okay, what I have here in Illustrator, I have a paragraph of text that is green, and then I also have a letter E that's in white. So what I want to do first is I want to duplicate the letter E, because when I do the clipping mask, it's going to basically hide the white. And if you want to keep the white there, you just have to duplicate it. So the easiest thing to do here is just do edit copy, edit paste in place. Now the problem here, because it depends on the object that you're going to clipping mask to. So if you're working with a Photoshop image, then you won't have to do this next step. Because what happens here is when we do the clipping mask, and since we're using text and you want to put text inside a letter, it automatically converts to that color, that text, in this case white. So what I want to do here is I want to take this top letter E, I want to change the color to a green. Okay, now the letter E behind it is still white. Now what's going to happen here is I just need to go in and have the text placed on top of each other. Well, the text is going to be on top of the letter E. Now I'm going to make sure it's there, because for this to work out, you have to have it up front for it to work, and you have to select that top letter E first. And I'm going to take my control key and I'm going to click on the letter E. It allows me to select something behind it, and then I'm going to hold down my shift key and click on the paragraph of text. Now when I go up to Object, Clipping Mask, Make, it's going to ask me, it's going to tell me the top object, because there's a lot of text there, it's going to, maybe when you try to print it out, it might not work. I find that sometimes in Photoshop it's easier to work with instead of in Illustrator. But that's something you have to be prepared about, because sometimes when it tries to print out, it needs a little more extra resources, and sometimes it doesn't print out the way you want. So when I say yes, here we go, and here's the text within the white background. Now if I move that text around, okay, it did take that form of that letter E, but again, notice how the white disappeared, or the green disappeared, and notice how the text took control of the foreground color, which was green. That's why you have to go in and change that if you're going in and working with text, Illustrator text that way. Now if you're working with images, then it's a little bit different on that. And but again, something else to be aware of about is also the issue with might not be able to print and preview correctly. So some printers, when you print to, it'll just take a long time to render, but not all the time. So some of the older printers just can't handle it. Hopefully that helped you out.